The besieged Ukrainian city of Mariupol has rejected a Russian ultimatum to surrender. Moscow had given residents until 5 a.m. local time to give up their arms, and people in the port city have endured weeks of Russian bombardment with no power or running water, while around 300,000 people are believed to be trapped there. In the past hour, Ukraine has said that 8 humanitarian corridors have been agreed for people to leave to besieged towns and cities, but Mariupol is not among them. Let me bring you some pictures from the capital, Kyiv. Actually, we will go to those a little bit later. I do want to let you know, in the capital, Kyiv, rescuers are working through the rubble of a shopping mall that was targeted overnight. At least 6 people we know have been killed. The 10-storey building was hit by a powerful blast that pulverised vehicles in its car park and left a crater several metres wide. All of its south side has been destroyed, as well as a fitness centre in the car park. I want to give you a warning that this next report from John Donison contains images you may find distressing, also talking about the city of Mariupol.
Amid the ruins in Mariupol, they're burying the dead in the street. Bodies bundled up by the roadside. I hope there will be some sort of reburial, and this is just temporary, he says. But the military told us to put the bodies somewhere in the cold, and the only cold place now are our basements. But there are people in the basements, so we buried them here. Ukraine has rejected a deadline by Russia for residents to surrender and leave, or face military tribunals. But with 90% of residential buildings damaged or destroyed, tens of thousands of people are now homeless.
Everything is destroyed. You can see it yourself. There is no untouched apartment left. Everything is broken. We don't know how to live on.
In basement bomb shelters and with no power for weeks, families gather and do what they can to stay warm.
We have been in a basement for 11 days. This is the 25th day of war. We've been counting every one of them. We hope for the best, to live as humans. The apartment has been broken. Everything is broken. Where can we go from the basement? We're cooking at a fire. For now, we have some food and some firewood. In a week, we will have nothing. No food at all. What should we do?
And in Mariupol, nowhere is really safe, with Ukraine accusing Russia of deliberately targeting places where people are sheltering.
In besieged Mariupol, the Russian Air Force dropped a bomb on an art school. People were using it as a hiding place from bombardments. There were no military positions there. There were about 400 people, peaceful people, mostly women and children, and elderly people. They are now under rubble. For now, we don't know how many people have survived, but we do know that we will shoot down the pilot who dropped that bomb, like we've already shot down nearly 100 other mass murderers.
Elsewhere overnight in the capital Kyiv, Russian shelling of a shopping mall and residential district is said to have killed several people, with emergency services desperately trying to help people trapped under the rubble. By first light, the full force of the blast could be seen.
In Kiev, just 15 minutes away from the center. That's crazy. This is totally insane.
But despite the bombardment, Ukrainians are continuing to show defiance. These are protesters taking on the Russian military in Kherson, the only major city Russia has managed to capture. And all the while, the number of refugees continues to grow. The UN says a quarter of Ukraine's population, 10 million people, have been forced to leave their homes. More than 3.5 million of them fleeing for the safety of neighbouring countries. John Donison, BBC News.